Oh, hello everybody. How are you? Um, I'm going to cover two topics on this video. The first one is sleeping too much, and the second one is Diazepam. Hope you're all well. Um, yeah, I'm in bed. You know, we all feel like it, don't we? When we're down in the dumps, or we're stressed, or we're anxious. Sometimes it's just a little bit easier just to kind of lay there and let your troubles float away and close your eyes and fall asleep if you're one of the lucky ones that can fall asleep. Um, Now, I, for one, had real issues where I needed to sleep a lot to kind of block anxiety out, really. So I would finish work and scrabble to my scrabble to my bed, and often would be with a fair dose of Nitol or something along those lines to kind of help me along my way to get to get to sleep. Now, this is a really horrible place to be in, and if you are in this place, then you're gonna need all the help that you can get to kind of get out of it. I haven't planned this talk. I'm just kind of letting things roll as best as I can. Now, the reason that I was going to incorporate diazepam is that I have a lot of emails from people who are very adamant that they don't want to take medication for their anxiety, and they are people. The guys and girls who have messaged me are generally people who are suffering chronic anxiety. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm pro medication, because I've had 15 years on and off of health anxiety, and I would say I'd probably had three quarters of that time without being on medication. Now, the times that I have been on medication have been the times when I have felt so anxious and so stressed out that I really felt that it was imperative that I did do something and act very quickly, because my mental health had deteriorated to the point where I was no longer able to interact with people on a functional level in any way, shape, or form. So, in my videos, I may come across as being pro meds. Now, I'm certainly not pro meds. I'm pro exercise. I'm pro drug free if at all possible. I believe exercise is a fantastic way in which you can get out and about and raise your levels of serotonin and make yourself feel a bit better. But I'm talking about that phase where you're stuck in bed, or you're not working, or you're signed off, and you're really struggling to find the motivation getting up in the morning, um, because anxiety and depression can really overlap. Now, one of the things that I found were that was particularly useful, or one of the things that really helps me get out of bed, is just to really think of something in the future, make some notes of some positive things and some things that you really have got to look forward to. Now, it might be a holiday, it might be a wedding, or something that you have to aim for to get better. Because if you don't have an aim in which to kind of go for, then you're not going to kind of improve, and that's kind of a critical problem if you don't have something to aim for. For me, for example, I'm a musician, and well, I'm a singer songwriter. I have a gig in 9 days' time. It's my first gig of the year, so I'm going to be pretty nervous and quite scared. But I picked up the guitar tonight, really got into doing that. Now, if you don't have anything in particular to look forward to, then my next bit of advice would be to make something up to look forward to, or set yourself a little deadline, and keep some notes. It's really, really important to watch some positive. Um, you can also watch positive, inspiring things on YouTube. Like, I found things like watching Rocky clips and stories where there was some kind of triumph were really, really helpful and really beneficial. And after a while, they hit home. The guys will probably associate with Rocky a little bit better than the girls, perhaps. Having said that, I think Rocky's great for girls as well as boys. So, watch something inspirational. Avoid the googling, but my main focus is, if you can say, well, I haven't been to the gym for 2 months. If I can go to the gym and even do 10 minutes, it's an improvement. Now, with that said, if um, you have decided that you think medication is the way forward, and your doctor has prescribed you a medication, and your anxiety is quite severe, he may well prescribe you diazepam. Now, the jury is out on whether diazepam is good or bad. Now, the one thing that can be said about diazepam is that it can be extremely addictive if used frequently. Now, again, this really does depend on your personality and your level of anxiety. Now, uh, my doctor does freely prescribe diazepam. Having said that, I can go a week to 2 weeks without it. I'm quite fortunate. Diazepam is called a benzo. It's short for, oh crumbs, I've forgotten. But anyway, um, but it's part of a group of sedatives that basically, when you do take diazepam, it will make your troubles float away, and you'll feel, probably if you haven't taken one before, quite sleepy, quite tired, um, but very mellow, very chilled out. It's a muscle relaxant. It has been prescribed to people with, really severe pains like backaches and whatnot. So it's but when you do take one, they come in 2, 5, and 10 milligram. These are 5 milligram tablets. I always say that they are a really good bridging medication. In other words, say you've been prescribed a antidepressant like Prozac or venlafaxine or mirtazapine, and you are suffering from quite bad anxiety. Now, all of these drugs will take a certain amount of time to work. You won't find any antidepressant that will give you any beneficial results sooner than 2 weeks, to the best of my knowledge. Mirtazapine is the one I found that has worked the quickest. Now, if you're suffering chronic anxiety uh, and you're waiting a CBT referral, then diazepam can be a very, very, very useful stopgap to kind of bridge that gap and see you through until the medication kicks in. Sometimes some people will need it for longer. They do generally advise no longer than 2 weeks. So you're going to have it prescribed and monitored by your doctor, and have that sensibly monitored by your GP. And that's really about it. Now, I hope that I have covered some useful topics. If you do have any questions, do message me on here or go to my website, myhealthanxiety.com. I'll put the links down below. And if there is anything I can do to help, then do check out the contents, the contact section, and the useful resources. So, good luck. Keep me posted with how you're doing, and catch you soon. Bye.